Tilray shares are on a tear, jumping another 10% today, but has it run too far too fast? Our resident cannabis king, Tim Seymour, is over at the Plasma with his breakdown of when it's time to take profits in a soaring pot stock. Tim.
Yes, hey, Mel, it absolutely has run too far too fast. Again, we're up 500% since the IPO. And why is that? Well, yes, there's this whole strategic dynamic. These guys have some of the great brands in the industry. These guys have an international platform. These guys have major private equity investors behind them that know how to work the capital markets. But bottom line is, this stock's gotten way ahead of itself. I think this is actually a significant short squeeze. I think if you look at the borrow on the stock, it's about 350%, which means, you know, it's going to be impossible to put a short position on if you can get it. And it's at an 18% short interest. So bottom line here, that's also what's happening. I think this is a squeeze into options expiry. This is not about fundamentals. And in fact, what I worry a little bit about here is that while I think the industry is rightly evaluating where there are strategic opportunities right now, there's a lot of both investors and brokers and people in the industry that are writing letters and that are trying to push stocks higher and say, hey, your company, you should be merging with these guys. You're not really playing around in what has been this bonanza. I want to see my stock higher. It feels a little bit like JT Marlin, if you know what that reference is. So I think you have to be very careful. And I just want to point out this chart. I mean, if you see this, see where we IPO, again, this is that 500% move. Let me clear all that stuff. My goodness, it's hard to see what's going on. Okay, so bottom line, what you can see is we've made that move. This, to me, is where we've been essentially in euphoria land. This, to me, which is somewhere around $62, $63, is fair value on the stock. And that's fair value based upon production out 3 years on an EV to sales. If you listen to Vivian Azer at Cowen, who's one of the great analysts in the sector, she's got a $62 target on the stock. That, to me, puts that stock in line with Canopy, which is the big gorilla in the room. So if you want to look at valuation, that makes a lot more sense to me, but we've gotten very frothy here.